Hello everyone. Today we are going to be learning about multiplying and dividing like we did in the last lesson, except this time our answer may not be in scientific notation when we finish. So before we can give our answer, we may have to rewrite it into scientific notation. So I just want to remind you about division first. So if you have this 9 over 3, so I'm going to write it like this. If I can get my pen working, 9 over 3. 9 divided by 3, that's what that means. That's 3. And when we are dividing powers with the same base, we subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that would be 10 to the second power. So to divide numbers in scientific notation, remember you are going to divide the decimals. You're going to divide the powers. So in dividing powers of the same base, you subtract. So this is everything from the last lesson. The new thing is you have to make sure it's in scientific notation. Oh my gosh, I'm all crooked. Hold on. There we go. Ish. There. So if we are putting it in scientific notation, that A has to be between, so it has to be greater than or equal to 1, less than 10. So it's going to be A times 10 to the something number. So the big key is to look at that A. Is it something point? So you can only have one number before that decimal point. All right, and then the new thing is when putting the decimal in proper form, and I'll show you what I mean by this, but you need to make sure that when you are making the decimal smaller, if you're making the decimal smaller, that means you have to multiply by a power of 10 that's greater. So the power of 10 has to get greater by the same value, which makes sense. If you have a smaller number, to get back to that original, you have to multiply by a power of 10 that's greater. So stands to reason, and again, I'll show you what this means. If you make the decimal smaller, nope, sorry, just did that one, greater, if you have to make the decimal greater, then the power of 10 has to be smaller. So let me show you what I mean by that. All right, so here we're going to deal with our numbers first. So off to the side, I'm going to do 8 divided by 2.4. Here's my decimal. 8 doesn't go into 2. It goes into 24 3 times. So I have 0.3 times. Then I'm going to look over here at my powers. When I'm multiplying powers of the same base, I subtract. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So now, this number right here, my A, is not equal to or greater than 1. It's less than 1. This decimal has to come 1 over. So if I make this 1 greater, that means I have to multiply by a power of 10 that is 1 less than that. So my final answer is 3 times 10 to the 5th. So again, because I'm making this 1 greater, I have to multiply by 1 less. So over here, I'm going to deal with this first. I'm going to write it off to the side. 6 goes into 3 0 times, 36 6 times. So I have 0.6. 9 minus 3. I need to make this 1 greater. So I have to make this 1 less. So that means I have 6 times 10 to the 5th. Again, the reason if I have 0.3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the same thing as 3 times 10 to the 5th, which looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are equal. So when you're making it one bigger or smaller, you have to make the exponent the opposite. If it gets smaller, the number gets bigger. Same with multiplication. So we're still going to multiply our numbers. 3 and 6 is 18. We're going to now add, so multiplying the powers, you add the exponents. But now I'm not in scientific notation because 18 is greater than 10, and we need it less than 10. So again, when putting decimals into the proper form, if you make the decimal larger, you have to make the power of 10 smaller by that same amount. If you make the decimal smaller, the power of 10 has to get greater by that same amount. Oh my gosh, let me write that word over again for you. I so apologize. Greater. So here we have our 18. We need just one number in front of the decimal. So I have to change that to 1.8. So I had to make this one smaller, so I have to make this one larger. All right, I would like you, let's just do, oh, this is supposed to be a multiplication. Yeah, I think I would like you to try these two problems and then come back and check your answers. All right, how'd you do? I did 8.1 times 3 over here. It was not in scientific notation because 24.3 is not less than 10. So I had to make my decimal one smaller, so I had to make my exponent one larger. When I multiplied this and I showed the 24 times 0.2 off to the side here, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4. There's one decimal after, there's one digit after the decimal, so there had to be one digit here. So now it is already in scientific notation. Also, don't forget when you're multiplying powers with the same base, you add. All right, good luck practicing. Let me know if you have questions. Peace out.